Welcome back, everybody. Madison County Live. I'm here with Colleen and David Eastham. David, introduce yourself and tell us who you're with.
I work with the Madison County Health Department. I am the project coordinator for our Drug-Free Communities grant, which is a federally funded grant that gives us a funding source for a lot of youth prevention.
Okay, all right. And you're here with us today to mainly talk about the mental health issues during this quarantine time.
Yes, I worked for about 20 years before moving over to the health department in a mental health facility. So I have quite a bit of experience with mental health therapy and case management. So some folks at the health department asked if I would just kind of help consolidate some of the things that we're seeing.
All right. So what about, I mean, what's the best thing to do? Do you have a top 5 things to do at home for mental awareness or anything like that?
I sure do. The top 5 things: routine, very important to keep a routine, especially if you have young children, teenagers. The routine may be totally different than what it was in the past, but it's important to at least start a new one and stick to that. It's also important to take care of your physical health. So exercise, eat right, get plenty of rest, and take a break. Take a break from the news. Take a break from everything going on that's stressful, and just get outside and relax. That's probably my top. I think I got 5 in there. So
okay, all right.
Yeah.
So being at home. I'm sorry, Colleen. Go ahead. I don't want to hog all the interview.
No, right. So I love what you said about routine and making it a new routine, because I think that there's a pressure to continue perhaps routine that we had before. And obviously we're in a different place. So I love the fact that you said, no, it's okay to embrace the new routine and the new normal. I think that's critical this time.
Exactly. The more you try to hold on to the old normal, the more stressful it's going to be. So get together with your family, especially if you have some older children, and give them a little bit of say in developing that new routine and stick to it.
So, David, I know that we were talking pre-show interview. So what is your routine? What do you do that helps you stay in line and kind of stay normal during these times?
Well, it took me a couple weeks to figure it out, because I'm used to going into an office every day for the last 25 years or so. So this has been totally different for me. And I was finding that having my laptop at home, work was just bleeding over into everything. So I've developed a work chair and a relaxation chair. So I only work in certain spots of the house at certain times.
Okay.
And I make a point to turn off my laptop when I'm done, when I've clocked out, and turn off the cell phone some and just get away from it all. So it's kind of important to set those boundaries.
Right. And I know Colleen tries to get in a routine. I'm in a routine, and David and I were talking earlier, Colleen, where I've kind of always had undiagnosed ADHD. So and my business is digital media, so I'm working all the time.
Yes.
But I do try to get out, and I do try to take my regular walks and do my exercises and get some fresh air. So, and you can do that with your family. Is that correct, David?
That's even better. Yeah. To make them a part of all those routines. Even if your children are interested in what you're doing for your job, incorporate them. I was watching the Today Show this morning, and Carson Daly's son is now kind of his production assistant, which is great. I mean, those are all things that's building those family relationships and kind of turning this around to be a more positive experience for everyone.
Right. Colleen, what's your routine when you get up?
So my routine, in some ways, I've kept to what I know works best for me. So Randy and I are early risers. That has continued to work Well, for me, I like to get up and just kind of embrace the morning, kind of wrap my head around, first of all, what day is it?
Yes.
Where
Yes.
are we? What day is it? I tend to have some, quiet times, from reflection time. That's when I drink my coffee, which I'm still incredibly grateful for. And then I kind of plan out, my day from there. I kind of go into strategic mode from there.
Sure.
And like Randy said, taking breaks, getting that time. I have a senior in high school, so obviously her day has changed quite a bit. We have another in college, so incorporating time with my children as well, and getting out and having walks and just having more one-on-one time than we typically have.
Right.
But that routine is very important to the way that my day goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you both have said has been great, because a part of developing that new routine is realizing what works for you. So
Yes.
what your routine is, like, it sounds like Randy's life would drive me crazy because I can't work all the time. But that works for him, and that kind of lowers his stress, it sounds like. So it's important to know yourself, know your family.
It is. And I think it's important for kids, too, to have that schedule.
Yeah, exactly. And
So,
Colleen, it sounds like... Oh, go ahead.
No, you
It sounds
go ahead,
like you
please.
have an older teenager, which that's a little bit more of a fight, I would imagine, because I have a junior in high school. And
I will say, and I'm going to take a moment to brag on her. Our senior daughter has been a rock star. She has been a true joy to be with, and has continued to get her work done and continue to stay focused. And I'm very grateful for that. I know that picture could look a lot different, for sure.
Now, Hadley's going to get the big head, so...
That's right. I know, and Randy and Hadley are good buds, but I will say that we are very lucky in the fact, and she's also, David, she's had some time to be creative too, to work on crafts or work on, different things that bring her joy. And I think it's really important, especially because they are locked into their screens for so much schoolwork now, to be able to take that creative break and be away from that monitor.
Yeah, I've had a little bit different of an experience. My son has always been very active, so he played a lot of sports, did a lot of things outside of the home, so this has been a little tough on him. And it's just a fact of validating those feelings and continuing to push him while still accepting that this is hard.
Sure. Speaking of which, David, for assistance and different things like that, where can people go to get more information about staying mentally aware during this safe at home time?
There's a lot of great websites. So Google is usually your friend with this. One of the good ones I found was www.healthyplace.com.
Okay.
It just has a lot of different mental health information, a lot of different mental health activities, things like that. You're always in good hands if you go to something that involves NAMI, which is NAMI. That's the National Alliance of Mental Illness. They have a lot of good information on their website. So,
all right. Okay.
Those are two trusted sources.
Okay. Now, on your website, on the Madison County Health Department, will there be links from your website to these sites?
Yes, we are going to link up. I help run a website with the Madison County Youth Impact Team.
Okay.
And we're a community coalition, and thankfully we have a lot of physical health and mental health providers. And we are going to start providing more information on Facebook, and we will link that up with the Madison County Health Department. So
okay. All right.
We'll be putting out a lot more information.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, I think that's all the questions I had, Colleen. Do you have anything else?
Well, I think I just have one more. Okay. One more, because I know that I know that we have a lot of parents and grandparents, caregivers out there that are filling many roles with younger children especially. And so I know we talk a lot about mental health when it comes to adults or even the older teenagers. But when it comes to the younger children, David, what are some things, what are some questions or some things that we can be doing with the younger children to really stay focused on their mental health as well?
Younger children tend to process and express their emotions in play. So a really great thing to do is just set aside maybe 15 minutes a day of special playtime where you sit down and you don't really input too much. You just let your child play, you listen to how they're playing, and kind of just follow up with little age-appropriate questions while they're doing that. That's a great way to get kind of insight into what they're thinking and feeling.
Sort of like a family daily game time.
Exactly.
Okay.
And for a lot of us adults, myself included, we kind of like to lead the play. So, no, don't do that. Do it this way. But if you kind of watch them, that's kind of how they're processing what's going on. So kind of give them the leadership for that special time.
Okay. All right. Well, fantastic. Well, David, thanks for coming in and joining Colleen and I on this virtual studio.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. Thank you all for inviting me.
All right. Hey, folks.
Please come back and see us.
Yes. Yeah, come back anytime.
I would
Always
love
contact
to.
us.
Anytime.
Yeah. All right. Hey, thanks for watching, folks. We'll be right back after this.